This is our April Challenger class, and I welcome you to join us today. My name is Shelly. I'm a physiotherapist here at the Society, and I usually run these Challenger classes twice a year. We have one in April and one series in September as well. Now, this is our level 3 class, meaning that it's our high intensity exercise class. And so this class tends to be a little smaller in size because of the nature of the challenge involved. And so thank you for being here today. And I hope you will feel that this class will kick your butt a little bit. That is the goal. Now, for our class, generally speaking, we use no equipment. I say generally because sometimes I might ask you to grab a few different household items that we can use. So for example, today, we are going to be using a small pillow or a cushion of some kind. Please don't use a pillow that you sleep with because those are quite large. So you want something small. So if you can take a moment and grab a small cushion or a pillow of some kind, and if you have a mat handy, I would recommend for you to keep that beside you as well, because there is one exercise we will be doing today, which will be in 4-point kneeling. So if you have a mat, great. If you don't have a mat, don't worry. If you have carpet and rugs that you can use to do the exercise on, then it will be fine for your knees. Or if you don't need a mat, that's okay too. But what you do need is some kind of a soft, small cushion. If you can have that beside you handy, that would be great. And now while you're getting that ready, let me go over the structure of the class for anyone who may be new. So in our Challenger classes, we do a warm-up together, and then the big chunk of the class, the main bulk of the class, is done in a circuit format. So what that means is we have 5 exercises that we're going to be doing, and we're going to do each exercise for 90 seconds. So 90 seconds, a minute and a half. And we're going to run through that twice. So you got 5 exercises, 90 seconds of hard work, and we're doing that twice. Previously, it was 2 minutes, but then lots of people were saying that 2 minutes was really difficult. So we brought it down to 90 seconds, and it seems to be going pretty well. So we'll keep it at 90 seconds and see how everyone does. If a couple of classes in and it's too easy, we'll increase the intensity back to 2 minutes, but I promise you will be sweating and hopefully it will kick your butt a little bit, so not to worry. And then following the circuit class, we will do a bit of a warm-up, a bit of a stretch to finish. Generally speaking, the Challenger class does tend to get a little bit harder as the weeks go on, just because we can build on some of the exercises we've done in the previous sessions. But it will also be high level and high intensity regardless of where we are in the 4 weeks. So hopefully it'll be nice and challenging for everyone. But bear in mind, if you do need to stop at any point, please stop, okay? So don't worry about keeping up in terms of speed with me or the endurance piece. It's okay if you need a break. Please do stop and take a break, take a breather, absolutely fine. And then when you have had a breather, you can jump right back in when you're ready. Okay, is there anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so. Other than if you need to rest, please rest, have water nearby if you need, and let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna stand up and move back. Hopefully you can see me here. Perfect, okay. So let's start with a bit of a warm up. All we're gonna do here is we're just gonna kick our legs forward and flick our arms forward. And we're not really holding anything specific in our limbs. We're just thinking about kind of throwing them, letting them be floppy, if you will, or just kicking and shaking out the arms a little bit. So if there's anything I do in the class that feels a little too fast, you're more than welcome to slow it down. It doesn't have to match my speed as long as the underlying movement, the quality of movement is the same. That's absolutely fine. It doesn't have to match my speed. Let's go to the side. We'll do the same thing. We're flicking our arms nice and loose, as floppy as you can. Same with the legs, floppy, floppy, floppy in the legs. We're kicking them out to the side, flicking the arms out to the side at the same time. Nicely done, everyone. And we're going to do the same thing now, but going back. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my leg. Same thing, I'm kicking the legs back, flicking the arms upward, and I'm trying to be as floppy and as loose as I can. Easier said than done, I know. But we're trying to be as loose as we can. Nicely done, everyone. Keep going. Okay, and let's drop the arms. You can hold on to something if you like. We're just going to start with some leg swings, really opening up the hip, getting the leg nice and open, nice and loose. So just like before, you're thinking floppy. Imagine you're like a cooked spaghetti with your limbs, and you're trying to be as floppy as you can, no form at all. Just letting gravity kind of take over here. And it doesn't really matter what your arms are doing. They could be swinging in opposite directions, or you can just let your arms flop. It's up to you. But we're trying to really open up the hip here. We're going to be doing lots and lots of hip strengthening exercises today. So we're going to try to loosen up the hips as much as possible. I don't have headphones with me today, and my window is open, and there's some construction on the street, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm trying to be as loud as possible. Let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side. And hold on to something for balance. And we're just gonna open up that opposite hip. Thinking about being floppy again. So remember what we said about cooked spaghetti. Arms and legs are like cooked spaghetti. Nice and floppy, nice and loose. We're just opening up that hip. Nicely done, everyone. As big as you can with the swings. Nice and floppy, nice and loose, no form at all. Just letting gravity and momentum kind of take over a little bit here. Okay, let's do some torso rotations. We're going to separate our legs nice and wide, and just like before, thinking cooked spaghetti quality with the arms, we're kind of letting them go floppy, but we're rotating on the spot here. Just be careful you're not going to hit a wall or something like that, because that will definitely hurt when we're floppy. Whoops, kind of like what I just did there. Hopefully you didn't do that at home. So nice and loose. Think about your arms as cooked spaghetti. You're just letting momentum and gravity kind of take over. You're swinging, rotating, pivoting on your feet to get that rotation across as loose as you can. I know easier said than done, but we're trying to loosen up as much as possible, letting the arms go, really thinking about gravity, momentum taking over here. Kind of like you're a rag doll. Good, nicely done, everybody. Okay, let's stop for a second. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. One arm is going to start by circling backwards. So a big circle like you're drawing, a big circle in the air. And then when you're ready, your other arm is going to circle, but now going forward. So one arm is circling back, and one arm is circling forward. A little bit of a brain warm-up for you here. And you'll probably notice the arms come down at the same time, and they reach the top at the same time, even though they're circling in opposite directions. We all look like we're swimming a little bit. So if you're really having issues with this, start at the top and go one arm back, one arm forward, all the way down, and then all the way back up, really thinking about the arms reaching the top at the same time and reaching the bottom at the same time. Ooh, very good. Nicely done, everybody. This one's a little confusing, I know. Okay, just when you got the hang of it, we're going to stop. We're going to go for the other arm now. Our other arm is going to go back. So whichever arm you did not start with, that one is going to circle back. And you know what's coming? The other arm is going to circle forward. You're thinking about the arms coming up to the top at the same time and down to the bottom at the same time, but they're circling in opposite directions as big as you can. And you'll probably notice an element of rotation in your trunk as you're doing this. Oh, we thought we'd have to think a little bit this morning. Nicely done, everybody. Keep going. Big, big, big with those movements. Arms reaching the top at the same time and the bottom at the same time. A few more. Whew. And let's stop. Okay, we're now going to rise up onto our toes, and you're going to walk around your room going forward and backwards on your toes. Imagine you've got some pins sticking out of the bottom of your heels and you don't want to touch that to the floor because ouch. So you're just walking on your toes forward and backwards. This is really easy. You're welcome to close your eyes, but be very careful. I don't want you to trip and fall. But the aim here is you're trying to keep your heels up as high as you can. Don't let the heels drop down. Up as high as you possibly can. Good. Nicely done, everybody. Lifting the heels up as high as you can. Forward and backwards. If you're going backwards, make sure you're doing large steps so you don't trip. Good. Nicely done, everybody. Last one, and we'll switch it up. Okay, drop those heels. Now we are going to lift our toes. So we're now walking on just our heels. So just like before, you're imagining there are little pins sticking out of the balls of your feet. And so you don't want to bring your feet down because if you did, ouch. And so we really want to think about pulling the toes up towards you as much as you can. You'll notice it's harder to take big steps here. You're going to keep trying. You're thinking about lifting the toes up as high as you can, going forward and going back. Just be very careful when you're doing this so you don't trip on anything. Nicely done. Keep going. Thinking toes up if you can. Oops, and hopefully you didn't just trip a little bit like I did. Toes up if you can. Toes up. Last one. This one's always tough on the front of the calves. All right, take it out for a second. Last little bit of a warm up. We're gonna go into our squats, standing up, and rise onto our toes. Again, I'm gonna go sideways. Squatting, you're sticking your bottom back like you're about to sit down on something, and then you rise up onto your toes. Squat, and stand, and rise, and lower. Squat, and stand, and rise, and lower. Good, keep going. Really warm up those legs, those hip muscles we've just been using. Sinking nice and low if you can. And anytime you're doing exercises, we want to make sure we're breathing. We're not holding our breaths. Sticking your bottom back and up. Really think pushing the floor away from you. As you rise up onto your toes, you're growing taller, pushing the floor away from you. Good. 3 more. And up. Good. Last 2. And up. Last one. And up. Now hold it here. See if you can close your eyes for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open and lower. Nicely done. Shake it out. Okay. Hopefully you're a bit warm. If not, you will definitely be warm in a moment, so don't worry. We are now going to go into our circuit exercises. So this is the main portion of our exercise class. We have 5 exercises we're going to do for 90 seconds each, and we're going to do each one twice, so 2 rounds of each one. So let me show you your first exercise. So here's what we're going to do. We're building on our squat a little bit. We're going to go squat exactly like what we did earlier, except now when I stand up, I'm going to send one of my legs back in a diagonal into a curtsy squat, and I come back up. Same to the other side. I go squat. My other leg sending back on a diagonal into a curtsy squat. So from the side, if you look at my legs for a second, I go squat, ignore my arms. One leg goes back on a diagonal into a curtsy squat / lunge. So when we do our curtsy, we don't want to be like this, because see how my feet are so close together that my knees kind of get stuck and I can't actually go down. So when you send your leg back on a diagonal, we're going from large, so large that you can actually sink your legs down, and it's almost like you're about to kneel on the floor, but not quite. And as you're doing that, we're still trying our best to keep our trunk facing forward. So we don't want to turn. We want to try to keep our trunk facing forward if possible, and you'll feel it biasing your bottom muscles. Okay, so again, we're going squat and up, curtsy and up, and then same on the other side. Try to keep your chest up if you can, leg out as wide as you can. The closer your leg is, the more you're going to be bent forward, but the further back your leg is, the more you can kind of sink down. Okay, I'm going to grab my timer. 90 seconds. Whoops. Oh, my timer's disappeared. Okay, give me 1 second here. We're going for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Perfect. Okay. 90 seconds. Are we ready? I'll try to turn up the volume here so hopefully you can see. Okay. Or sorry, hopefully you can hear. Maybe let me use a mug and see if I can maybe stick it. Oh, actually, maybe if I put it here. I'm going to find a way for you to see it, but maybe you won't. Okay. You can see here. 3, 2, 1, go! We go squat. Thinking about wide fingers. Curtsy. When you do your curtsy, remember you're going to bring that leg back as far as you can so you can actually sink down with your chest up. And just like I mentioned before, you do not have to do anything at the speed I'm doing. You're more than welcome to change the speed and slow it down, but you're really aiming for the same quality of movement. So as you do your curtsy squats, try to keep your chest up if you can. So you're bringing that leg back as far as you can, but you are keeping your chest up. If your leg isn't going back far enough, you'll find it really challenging to keep your chest up because there's just no room for your knees to go. You've got 30 seconds left on the clock. Good. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Thinking nice and low. Nice and big with your movement. Spread the fingers out as wide as you can, like you've got energy coming out of the ends of your fingers. You've got 5. And rest. Well done. Shake it out. Shake out your arms and legs. That was our first round. We're going to do a second round in a second. Hopefully you can see that clock there. Okay, let's breathe it out for a second. We're going to do that again for our second and final round. How are we doing? Thumbs up if you're okay, thumbs down if you need help. Okay, good. I see thumbs up. Well done, everybody. Okay, we're gonna go for a second round. You ready? We go in 3. Oh! Sinking your hips down, spreading the arms wide. Can you move bigger than you did in the last round? We're really focusing on how big you can move here. The bigger, the better. Fill up as much space as you can. Spread the fingers. More, more, more. Yes, keep going. Nice big reaches. Nice low squats. Stepping that leg back as far as you can. Chest up. Breathe. 45 seconds. You're halfway. You can do this. Wide hands. Keep going. Nicely done, everybody. You're doing great. Bring out those fingers. Keep going if you can. You have less than 30 seconds. 20 seconds left. Chest up. Nice big steps into that curtsy lunge. Big. You have 10 seconds. Chest up. You can do this. 5 seconds. Rest. Shake out the arms and legs. Oh my goodness, how are we doing? Hopefully good. Okay, so the good news is you're not going to see that exercise again. Woohoo! The bad news is you have 4 other exercises to do. The second one is going to be our wood chops. So we're going to start with our legs nice and wide, and you're going to clasp your hands together. And as the name implies, you're going to imagine you're chopping some wood, although in a very funny position. So our hands are clasped. We're going to bring our arms up onto a diagonal like so. And the opposite leg, the leg that I'm stomping here, that's my opposite leg. You're going to chop to the outside of that leg like this. And then you're going to reset. Okay, so there's an element of balance there. So look, my knee is coming up. Chop, hold, and reset. Chop, hold, and reset. So you do 3 on one side, then you're going to switch to 3 on the other side. You're going chop, hold, reset. Chop, hold, reset. Chop, hold, reset to the other side. So you're doing 3 to each side, and you'll notice the quality of movement is very sharp. So what I am not doing is I am not going like this. Right? We don't want this to be smooth. I want it to be as military and as sharp as you can, like this. Oh! Oh! The sharper you can make it and the more effort you put behind the movement, the better. Because remember, when we talk about exercise to slow down Parkinson's, we are specifically talking about exercise that's higher in intensity and done with a certain quality of movement that is going to be opposite to your Parkinsonian type of pattern. Because we want the stimulation to be novel, something you're not used to doing, in order for the brain to morph and change and respond to. So we were doing this exact same exercise, and you did hundreds of them, but you did it like that, I would argue you probably didn't change anything. Whereas if you only did, say, 10 of these, but you went, and you really went for this nice, large, sharp amplitude, I would argue that is much, much better for you than you doing hundreds of the movements, but like this. So we're really focusing on the quality of the movement. Okay, so 3 on each side, 3 on the other side. Are we ready? Where's my timer here? Okay. We go in 3. And go! Chop, hold. Nice and sharp. Chop, hold. Nice and sharp. Sharper than that. Chop, hold. Other side. Really think about how sharp you can make this movement. Not just in the arms, but in the legs too. And you can do this at your own pace. It doesn't have to match exactly the speed that I'm doing, but I really want you to think about the sharp power behind the movement. You're imagining you're actually chopping some wood, albeit in a weird position, but you have to drive some force behind the movement in order for the piece of wood to split. So you're really thinking about the sharp power behind that movement. Even more than that, go sharp. Yes. Going for that sharp power behind the movement. Keep going. You've got 25 seconds left. Good, well done. Remember, you're switching sides every 3. There's that tiny element of balance. And you'll notice the balance is much harder when you're doing it sharp versus a smooth pattern. 5 seconds. And rest for a second. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. If you're having problems with staying upright during the chop, I want to invite you to think about pressing, digging that foot down into the ground. So for example, if I'm chopping this way, this is my supporting leg, and I want to think push down. I want to think push down into the floor to help me stay up nice and tall. Okay, few seconds here. And then we're going to get started for round number 2. Okay, ready? We go in 3. Go! As sharp as you can make it. Go! More than that, as sharp as you can. Power! Once you've done 3, you're doing the same on the other side. Nicely done, everybody. Get that knee up nice and high. Chop! Think about chopping that piece of wood, that imaginary piece of wood. You're going for nice power and sharpness in your movement. You have 1 minute left. You can do it. Keep going. Breathe. Lift the arms all the way up every time. Yes. Very good. Keep going. Nice sharp power. You have 40 seconds. Remember, if you need a break, that's okay. Take a few seconds rest and get right back into it if you can. Eventually, we're aiming for endurance here. Before you know it, you'll be able to do the full 90 seconds without stopping. Keep going if you can. 20 seconds. How sharp can you make that movement? How big can you move? Keep going. 10 seconds. You're almost there. You'll never see this exercise again. Unless you do the recording, then you'll see it again. And rest. Well done. Shake it out. Shake out those legs. Very good. Okay. Good news. You're 2 exercises down. Bad news. You have 3 exercises left. But then you're done. So you're almost there. Our next one, we're going to change gears a little bit, and we're going to use a wall. We are going to go for some wall push-ups. So you're going to use a wall, and here's how you're going to make sure you're in the right position. So just watch me for a second. I'm standing nice and tall. I'm going to put my hands flat on the wall. If my arms are bent like this, I'm too close to the wall. But if I'm like this, where I'm hinging forward, I'm too far from the wall. So I want to be straight up and down, and my arms are completely straight with my palms flat on the wall. That's where you start. Once you get that position, what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 steps back away from the wall. So you can see now my body is on a plank. Can You see that? It's a downward slope. So if I drop the marble at the top of my head, it'll roll right down to my heels. And so I want this kind of incline, because what's going to happen now is this is the position I'm holding as I'm doing my push-ups. I don't want to be like this, thinking through my tummy, but I also don't want to take my hips back. So I want to keep my body in one long incline. And when I do my push-ups, if you're the wall, when I do my push-ups, my elbows are going out at 45-degree angles. You see that? See how they're going out 45 degrees? I don't want my elbows out here, but I also don't want them completely straight in the shape of the letter I. I'm going for 45-degree angles out to the side, kind of like the letter A, if you will. That's what you're aiming for, okay? And you're keeping your tummy muscles nice and strong, no sagging or wobbly. I want the entire body to be stiff as a board as we're doing our push-ups. Okay, find a wall. Hopefully there's nothing on the wall you'll accidentally hit or injure yourself with. I'm going to reset my timer here. It's gone missing. Okay. Are we ready? We start in 5 seconds. Off we go. Body in one plank. Think 45-degree angles with your elbows going out to the side. Body in one plank. Don't let your tummy sag. Don't let your back arch. Your entire body is moving in one plank. Tummy muscles nice and strong. Good, nicely done. If this is too easy and you're swinging on the way back, then I want you to take your steps back further from the wall. So you're taking a few steps away from the wall and restarting again. So your body is on an incline. It's like if the wall was taken away, you'd fall forward because all of your weight would be on your hands. That's what I want. So I want you to put your weight onto your hands. Your feet are walked away. Nicely done. Keep going. 30 seconds. Breathe. Whew. You're doing good. Keep breathing. Body in one plank. Don't let your tummy sag. Hold strong. Hold strong. 14 seconds. You can do it. Breathe. Hold strong. Tummy muscles in. 7 seconds. 3. And rest. Shake out those arms. Breathe. Walk it off. Walk it off. Roll out your shoulders a little bit. We're going to do that again. If that was really tough on your wrist or your hands, what you can do is you can modify into holding a plank the entire 90 seconds. So your hands will be like this, like that, and your forearms are perpendicular, and you can have them onto the wall like this, perpendicular. Walk away. So see how I'm still leaning forward? And you can just hold this position nice and steady for 90 seconds if you prefer, if you find it's too difficult to keep going with the push-ups. We got one more round. One more round. After this, you get a short break. I say short, you get 2 minutes break after this. We're trying to keep the cardiovascular system going here. Okay. Are you ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Tummy muscles nice and strong. Don't arch your back. Don't let your tummy sag. Your body is in one plank. One plank. Your elbows are going out at 45-degree angles as you're doing your push-up. Or if you're doing the single hold of the plank, that's fine too. This shouldn't feel easy. If it feels really easy, then I want you to walk your feet away from the wall. Breathe. You have 30 seconds left. You can do this. Oh, no, I read that wrong. 45 seconds. Sorry, guys. Keep going. You're more than halfway. Breathe. 35 seconds. Breathe. Now 30 seconds. Elbows out to the side, 45-degree angles. Tummy nice and strong. Don't sag. Body in one plank. Breathe. Good. Keep going. You can do this. 15 seconds left. And you won't see this exercise again. You can do it. Breathe. 10. Last 5. 4. Rest. Take out those arms. Well done. You have 2 minutes. Break. Get some water if you need some water. If you are having a rest, try not to sit down onto the couch. It'll be harder to get back up afterwards. Try pacing the room if you can. Little sips of water if you are drinking water. Well done, everybody. You're more than halfway. You've got 2 exercises left. And then we're doing our cool down. You can do it. You're almost there. Very well done for coming to a level 3 class, everyone. Well done. Sometimes the motivation part of actually showing up is probably the toughest. So really, really well done for coming. Let me look at my timer here. Ooh, time's up. That was a quick 2 minutes. Okay. Last 2 exercises. Let me show you what we're doing. The next one we're doing, you're going to be needing a mat. Well, you don't need to have one. You don't have to, but if you would like a mat for your knees, you can put one down on the floor, and I'll show you what the exercise. So we are going to start with an inchworm. It looks like this. I'm going to lift my arms all the way up, like so, and then I'm going to bring my arms down, and I'm going to walk myself out into a plank position, and then from here, I'm going to bring my knees down. So I'm in a 4-point kneeling position, and I'll show you on the slide. So what we're going to do is I'm going to keep this knee bent. You see how it's bent at 90 degrees? I'm going to keep it that way, and I'm going to go circle to the side. I'm not putting it down. Circle to the back. I'm not putting it down. So the knee is hovering off the floor. I'm circling to the side, circling to the back. So I'm basically going back to side, side to back. And you're keeping your knee bent the entire time. And as we're doing this, notice how my back stays still. So I'm not going to do this with my back. So imagine if you have, say, something balancing on the small of your back, like that. If I have something balancing on my back, I want to keep that there, and I don't want to be doing this so that the object falls off. So imagine if you have something here, you're keeping your back as still as you can as you circle. And so you're gonna do 5 circles like this. We're going 1 to the side, to the back, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you do your 5th one, you're going to bring your legs back out into a plank, and you're going to walk yourself back up into standing. And repeat on the same leg. We're going to do the same leg for 90 seconds, and then 90 seconds on the other leg for the second round. So I'll show you again. We're going to walk ourselves down into a plank position, lower your knees down, and we're going to do our 5 circles like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk back out into the plank. Walk myself back up. If that's too hard for you to get on and off the floor in that way, don't worry. Just do whatever is comfortable. Get yourself down into your 4-point kneeling position however you can. Do your 5 circles and then get back up however you like. But the point is, we are continuing to do this up and down motion. Okay, thumbs up if that makes sense. Thumbs down if you want me to explain again. Okay, I think I see thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, let's try. So 90 seconds. Remember, we're only doing one side. We're going to do the other side for the second round. Okay, we go in 3 seconds. Go! Walking down into a plank position. Bring your knees down. We're going to do our circles. Keep the knee hovering off the floor. You're going up to the side, up to the back. You're doing 5 of those. And once you've done that, you're going back into a plank position and then walk yourself back up at your own time. You don't have to match my pace. Do whatever works for you. Hold strong. Breathe. Nicely done, everybody. You can do it. You've got 30 seconds left. Hold your tummy muscles strong in that 4-point kneeling position and when you're in a plank. And breath for a second. Well done. Shake it out. Get a sip of water if you need. We're going to take 30 seconds here. Shake out the arms. We've got one more round of this exact same exercise, but now on the other leg. Whew. Very well done, everybody. After this exercise, we've got our final one, and then you're done. Okay. Are we ready? We're going to do our final round of this exercise now on the other leg. Okay, get ready. Go in 5 seconds. And go! Hold your tummy muscles strong in the plank position if you are doing that. Remember, when you do your hip circles, you're going back to the side, side to the back, back to the side, side to the back. Keep that knee bent. I lost count there as I was speaking, but hopefully you were counting how many you're doing in that circle. Think of it like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. You're aiming for that knee to be lifting up. Well done, everybody. Keep going. 35 seconds left. 25 seconds. 15. You can do it. You're almost there. 7 seconds. And well done. Shake it out. Ooh, very good. Shake it out. Shake out your legs. Shake out your arms. Take a few moments here to stand back up. Get some water if you need. Whew. I want to say it gets easier, but it really doesn't. The last exercise is going to be a combination. And you're going to have to do a little more thinking to remember what we're doing. But we are also really going to up the intensity. Well, not really, just a tiny bit for this last exercise. You've got 2 rounds in 90 seconds for this last one, and you're done. You're almost there. So for this last one, you are going to need your cushion. So remember earlier we mentioned a small pillow or cushion of some kind. If you have it, please grab it. Ideally, you need a little bit of space. So I'm going to start at one end of the room. And I'm going to start with my legs a little wider than hip width apart. We're going to hold the cushion and we're going to do 6 pillow smashes into the floor from side to side. So it looks like this. I'm going to go up and over as loud as I can. Pick it back up and over. I'm really aiming for as loud, as hard as I can, almost like I'm smashing so hard that the pillow's going to explode and all the stuffing's coming out. After I do 6 of those smashes, I'm going to leave the pillow on the floor. After the 6th one, I'm going to squat down as low as I can. Keeping low, I'm going to crab walk all the way to the other side of the room. Stand back up. I'm going to do 6 powerful punches forward like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crouch back down as low as I can. Crab walk back to the start, and I'm going to redo. I go up and over. 1. As hard as you can. 6. Squat down as low as I can, keeping the same height the entire time. I'm going to crab walk to the side, so all the way to the other side of the room. Stand back up. 6 powerful punches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crouching down, keeping that same height. Sidewalk all the way and to start again. So 6 pillow smashes to the side. Squat low. Crab walk. Stand up. 6 powerful punches. Get low. Crab walk. And restart for the 90 seconds. Make sense? Thumbs up or thumbs down if you want me to explain again. Okay, perfect. So this is a little bit of a thinking one because you got to remember what you're doing. But the most important thing is I want your pillow smashes to be loud as possible. You want to smash so hard that it almost feels like the pillow's going to explode. That's how hard I want you to throw. None of this kind of dropping motion. You want the entire body to be involved in that throw. Okay, are you ready? 90 seconds. We go in 3. Go! 6 smashes. Go! Louder than that. Go! Get your entire body involved. After you 6 one, and it's 6 to the beginning. And you can do this at whatever speed challenges you. You don't have to match my speed. You're welcome to do it faster or slower. But you're really aiming for that amplitude. I don't want to see anybody do soft throws or really small punches. We're aiming for big, loud, powerful movements. This is your last exercise, so make it count, make it good. 30 seconds left. Go, go, go. Keep breathing. Smash that cushion as loud as you can. Go. Hence the name, smash, pillow smash, not pillow throw. We're smashing into the floor. Like powerful punches when you do them. And rest. Yes, breathe it out, breathe it out. Take the room if you need. Little sips of water if you need. Let the heart rate come down a little bit. Breathe. You have one final round of 90 seconds and you're done. You gotta dig deep for this last bit. But have your break. Breathe, pace. You can do this. Last 90 seconds of hard work. And then we're done. And then you've done your level 3 class. Woohoo! Well done, everybody. Very, very well done. This class is definitely not easy. So well done for keeping to the very end of it. You're doing great. And remember, anything that feels challenging will only get easier the more you practice. If something is not challenging, arguably, it's probably not worth doing exercise-wise. So, really, really well done so far. We'll give you another 15 seconds here, and then we'll start again for round number 2 and our last round of the same exercise. Really go for big, loud effort. We want the movements to be as big and crazy as possible. The failure you feel, the better. You really want to smash that cushion into the floor as hard as you can. Get as low as you can in your crab walk. Punching as far and as hard as you can. Are we ready? Reset the timer. We go in 4 seconds. This is your last round. Make it good. Go! 6 pillow smashes as hard as you can. Come on. 3 as hard as you can. Yes. Go. Go. You can do this. This is your last exercise. Give it your all. You can do this. You're almost there. Keep going. Get as low as you can. You can do it. Yeah, learn the crab walk. 30 seconds. You're almost there. Go. You're almost there. You've got 15 seconds. That's it. Last 15. You can do this. You're almost there. 10 seconds. You can do it. Let's go. You got 5. Walk it out. Get some water if you need. Very well done. Good job, everybody. Oh my goodness. Walk it out. Drink some water if you need. Very, very well done. Breathe. Breathe. Deep breaths. Let the heart rate calm down a little bit. Deep breaths. Pace it out. Little sips of water if you're drinking water. You did so good. Oh my goodness. First class of our April Challenger. And look how well you did. Very good, everybody. April is Parkinson's Awareness Month. So it's a great time to really rethink about our exercise routine and what are we doing for exercise on a weekly basis and how do we adjust that or tailor that so then it's challenging us but not impossible to do. You want there to be an element of challenge in all the exercises you do in order to change you. If the exercise is something you've done exactly the same for years, it probably isn't doing you as much good as it did at the beginning. You want to always be feeling challenged with your exercise program, but not impossible to do, because it has to be sustainable. If it's only high intensity all the time and you don't give yourself a rest, you might find it really challenging to sustain and keep up with over a long period of time. But you do want to do moderate to high intensity exercise. Over the span of a week, you want a minimum of 115 minutes, 150 minutes of moderate to high intensity exercise. That works out to be 30 minutes, 5 days a week of exercises of similar intensity to what you've done here. Maybe a little less, but you want it to be higher intensity. Come on back. Let's grab one arm from the elbow, and you're going to pull it across the opposite shoulder. Really drop that shoulder down. Breathe. The more you pull that elbow towards you, the more you feel that stretch on the outside. And let's switch to the other side. Grabbing the elbow, pull it up towards the opposite armpit. Drop that shoulder down to really feel that stretch. And then we're going to bring the arm back behind us, and we're going to push that shoulder back just a little bit into a bit more of a rotation stretch. Same to the other side. Putting the arm behind you, and you're pushing that shoulder, so you're going into a bit more of a rotation. Bring the arms up. You're going to go one palm down, one palm up, and you're going to switch a few times. And really think about pressing that shoulder down as you rotate the arm. And drop the arms. Let's find a wall. You're going to bring one leg back, one leg forward. The front leg is bent, the back knee is straight, and you're really thinking about reaching that back heel towards the floor. And you should feel a stretch in the calf muscle at the back there. If you don't, bring that leg back further and reach that heel down so you can feel a stretch in the calf. Or if your foot is up like that and you absolutely can't put it down to the floor, bring it closer. You kind of have to feel around for where your best stretch will be. Really dig that back heel down into the floor. Let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side, reaching the leg back, digging that heel down to the floor, pushing that back knee straight, breathing. Nicely done, everybody. Coming back up, we're going to do a thigh stretch. I'll give you two options. First one, you can grab hold of your foot and pull it up towards your bottom, knees in one line, and push your hips forward. Or if this is too challenging, you can use a chair, and you can put that behind you, and you can put your foot onto the chair and have the knees in one line and push the hips forward. So you can do that option if you can't grab hold of your foot, whatever is easier for you. But you should be feeling a stretch at the front of the thigh. Let's switch and do the same thing on the other side. You can either pull that foot up towards you or put it onto the chair behind you. Whatever is easier for you to do while still feeling that stretch at the front of the thigh. And release that. Let's do a bit of a glute stretch. I'm going to sit in a chair to do this one. So if you can grab a chair that you can sit on, that would be good. Or if you're sitting on the floor, that's fine too. I can show you a modification. I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to hike one foot over my other leg like so. I'm going to push this knee down towards the floor as far as I'm comfortable. Sit up nice and tall, long spine. I'm going to hinge forward at the hip, so from the side. Pushing that foot down, tall, hinging at the hips forward, and you should feel a stretch in your bottom muscle, but you have to keep your spine straight, so try not to curve it like that. Keep it nice and straight and hinge forward as far as you feel you're able, and you should feel a stretch at the bottom muscle. If you're doing this sitting on the floor, Then you're putting one leg over your opposite knee and you're basically twisting in the opposite direction like so, or you can stack the legs and hinge forward as well, whatever is easier for you to do. Let's switch sides. Other leg over, pushing that knee down towards the floor if you can. Nice and tall, hinging at the hips. Keep your spine long. Remember, if you curve your spine, you won't get quite the same stretch. So nice long spine hinging forward at the hips, and you should feel a stretch in the bottom muscle. Really squat a little bit. Let's circle our ankles. And then we'll do the same thing in the opposite direction, circling your ankles so you get nice and tall. Now let's try opposites. One heel up, one on the other foot, your toes are up. And then we switch heels up, toes up. We'll just keep alternating for a few seconds here. And rest. Very well done, everybody. You've just done your first April Challenger class, and we're only 2 minutes over. Yay! So thank you very much for being here. Remember what we talked about. In order for exercise to be effective at slowing down your Parkinson's, you do want it to be moderate to high intensity. What we did today was high intensity, so I don't expect you to do this every day, but as a general rule of thumb, you want a minimum of 150 minutes, 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity, at least moderate or high. And so that works out to be 30 minutes, 5 days a week of moderate to high intensity. That's what you want to aim for, or that works out to be 2.5 classes a week. So if you like to do classes or you want to do the recorded videos, you're welcome to do that as well. Thank you very, very much for being here today, and I hope I see you next week and I didn't scare anybody off. Fingers crossed. Thank you, everybody.